A very good morning to all. The topic of my demo presentation is the contract of guarantee. It's very small topic but very important topic for the contract. Okay. So why there is a concept of the guarantee? What does it mean? As everyone knows that in the common parlance we use this word always the guarantee chahiye and all that. Right? Whenever you are going to invest into particular thing, then you always need assurance about the quality of that particular things, right? So here the guarantee in the common parlance is called as the giving the assurance about the quality of that particular thing, right? So just like the things where we invest into, we all whenever we make a contract with anybody for any kind of the things, while making the transaction of the next person, when there is a contract, we always need the assurance about the performance of that particular contract, because nobody want to frustrate that contract, right? That if you enter into the contract with somebody and that next party if does not perform, then you are going to make your loss. So definitely nobody is that idiot to get involved with such person who is not going to perform the promise, right? And that is the main concept because of which the contract of guarantee came into existence. That okay, let's come first to the contract type. All of the small things I'll connect in between my presentation. Okay, so section 126 of the Indian Contract Act talks about the contract of guarantee. It gives the definition of what means by the contract of guarantee. So, according to section 126, the contract of guarantee means a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of the third person. From the promise or discharge the liability. Of the third person. Okay. Of third person. So one thing you guys might have noticed here, that whenever there are two parties involved into the contract, two or whatever, more parties also can be involved, right? So whenever parties make contract, they are always liable for their performance, right? But here you notice that the person who is making a promise under the contract of guarantee is going to perform the promise or discharge the liability of the third person and not of his own. Okay? So what does that mean basically? I mean, what does that imply basically? Right? So it implies that the person who is giving here promise does not have the primary liability. It always have the secondary liability. Right? Okay, so to make it more clear, now I'll tell you what are the parties we'll call, so that it will get easy to understand who is promising to whom and what, right? Otherwise it will get too confused. So, in contract of guarantee, there are three parties involved. Okay? You will understand by this chart properly. So the first party is the surety. Surety will write here. The second is principal debtor. And the third is the creditor. Okay. So now the person who promises the performance of the third person is called as the surety. Okay. The person to whom such promise has been made is called as the creditor, and the person in whose default this particular promise has been given is called as the principal debtor. And that is why the definition is given that it is the promise to perform the liability or discharge the liability of the third person in case of his default. So here the person who is going to perform the promise is surety, whose default he is going to perform is the principal debtor, and to whom he is going to perform that particular promise is called as the creditor. Got the point? Okay. So the liability which we are talking here is secondary liability, which arises in this particular contract. So whose liability will be the primary one? Everyone knows, right? The primary liability. Primary liability means the first person who is going to be liable under that particular contract. So here the first liability is of the principal debtor. It means if tomorrow there is any question about the performance of the contract between the principal debtor and the creditor, then to whom he is going to ask first to perform that particular promise? To the principal debtor. Directly creditor cannot ask to the surety. He will first ask to the principal debtor. If he says that I am unable to perform, then only the creditor will go and ask the surety to perform that particular promise. And thereby he is the second person to be asked for the performance of that particular promise. Right? And that is why it is called as the surety's liability is the secondary liability. You got the things? Now, the contract of guarantee is the tripartite contract. Why it is tripartite contract? Because three parties are involved, plus there are the three contracts involved in this particular contract. Now you must be like confused about there is only one contract, now how three contracts are connected with each other. So I am going to make it clear now. Okay. So everybody knows why creditor is asking for the surety, because there is one original contract between the principal debtor and the creditor, right? Okay. And second contract which we are discussing here is contract of guarantee, that is between the surety and the creditor. And the third contract is in between the principal debtor and the surety. It does not need that there should be the express contract between them. Contract Act makes puts that particular liability on the principal debtor to indemnify the surety if in case he performed his promise and he has put to the loss. So here he will have that responsibility to make give that particular reimburse the surety. So here there is a contract of indemnity. Between the surety and the principal debtor. So got the thing? Original contract between principal debtor and creditor, contract of guarantee between surety and creditor, and the third one is the contract of indemnity between the principal debtor and the surety. Concept is clear till here? Okay. So now we'll move towards the next thing. Do you want to take any example of the same? Okay, we'll take some example also. So that the further whenever we discuss anything, it will be clear to us and there won't be any need to give the same example again and again and make you guys confused, right? Okay, so here there is a contract between A and B. Here the A is the principal debtor and the B is the creditor. A has taken the loan of rupees 30,000 from the B. Okay, and as A's position is not that he is going to pay, like his credibility is not that much, and that's why B is asking him to give the guarantee. and that's why C is a surety. C is his friend, and C says to the B to give the 30,000 loan to the A, and if A will not return you back, then I will give you back 30,000. Got the things? That's why C is the surety, A is the principal debtor, and B is the creditor here. Okay. So now we'll see the next concept, that is to what extent the surety is liable under the Contract of Guarantee Act. Means liability of the surety. So the first, there are two things. First is that the surety is equally liable to the creditor. Okay? Equally liable means whatever liability principal debtor has, means here if he has liability to pay 30,000, then the surety will also have the same liability to pay the 30,000 to the creditor. Right? So he is equally responsible. That is also called the coextensive liability. Okay. The second thing comes that it's not always necessary that surety will be equally responsible to the creditor. Okay. Surety has an option which is given under section 128 that if the surety wants, he can make a contract to that particular reference with the creditor that he will be only liable to 10,000. And if he limits his liability, then his liability will be the limited liability. Okay. So basically, the Contract Act has given that particular right to the surety to limit his particular liability. Now it's the question of the creditor then. If still he wants to give that particular loan to A, then he'll give. Otherwise, he can ask for the further sureties also. Yeah, of course, there is a provision given that there can be the more than one surety also. So there can be some other co-sureties also. So if he wants to secure this loan fully, then the surety which is giving limiting his liability here, then he can ask to the A to give the some other co-sureties also who can guarantee the further 20,000 loan. Okay. So here the liability is, firstly it is a coextensive to that of the principal debtor, and the second thing, it can be the limited by the surety also. It can limit it. Okay. But for that thing, he will have to specifically make that particular contract with the creditor. Then only his liability will be the limited one. Now we can see what are the rights of the surety under this Contract of Guarantee. Because if somebody is giving any surety or guarantee about the performance of somebody, so definitely he should have certain rights. Then only he is going to give that particular guarantee. Otherwise, why would he enter into contract? To make his own loss, right? So, Contract Act has given him certain rights against the parties involved into the Contract of Guarantee. So there are basically three kinds of things. The first thing is we are going to discuss about the rights of the surety. So the surety has a rights against the three parties here. First is creditor. The second is against the principal debtor. And the third is if in case there are more than one surety and this surety has paid all the amount, then he has certain rights against his co-surety also. Okay. So against, firstly we will see the rights of the surety against the creditor. We will see in short only. So surety has a right against the creditor to get the securities. So it's not always necessary that if the surety has given the contract of guarantee that the principal will not give anything else. If the principal has something, like for example, you might have, like in common general parlance also we say that that principal debtor, if he has any gold ring which is a cost of 1000 rupees, then he can keep that, he can give as a security to the creditor that 1000 rupees ring also. So for further amount, surety will be liable. Okay. So if that security is with the creditor, and if surety pays after when that particular debt will become the due, and surety has to pay him all 30,000, in that case he will ask that gold ring to himself. Okay, so he can ask those security which the principal debtor has kept with the creditor, those securities surety will ask after the payment of the particular debt amount. Okay. Second, against the principal debtor, here he has the right of subrogation. What is mean by subrogation, by the way? Subrogation means to step into the shoes of another. Okay. So when the surety pays all the amount to the creditor, then role of this creditor gets over, and now the surety has all the rights which creditor would have had against the principal debtor. Okay. So now he is a surety is a creditor to the principal debtor. Means he is stepping into the shoes of the creditor. So that's why it is called as the right of subrogation against the principal debtor. Okay. And against the co-surety, he has certain right. Sorry, I forgot that. Against the principal debtor, he has one more right, which earlier also we had discussed, that the right to indemnify. Right to indemnity. So whatever amount he has paid to the creditor, now principal debtor will have to indemnify to the surety that particular amount. It means if he has paid 30,000 to the creditor, then the principal debtor will have to pay that 30,000 back to the surety. That is called the right to indemnity. Now the next against the co-sureties. So if he was liable only for 10,000 amount, and if creditor has asked all the amount to only one surety, even though there are further co-sureties, but if he has paid whole the amount to the creditor, in that case surety has a right to ask for the other amount, to whatever amount these other co-sureties were liable to pay. He can ask that particular contribution from them. So he has a right to contribution. Okay, so he has a right to ask for the contribution from all other co-sureties. So these are the rights of the surety, and I think time is flying, so I have to stop. Thank you.